A sunlit living room on an unremarkable afternoon provided the backdrop for a quiet domestic routine that held no particular weight. Jerry kept his camera running while his toddler sat comfortably on the carpeted floor, tapping at metal baking pans, documenting a standard family moment for a YouTube upload without any reason to suspect the peaceful environment around them. As the young boy remains completely focused on the kitchenware in front of him, the heavy wooden door positioned directly behind his small back is about to move. Watch carefully.
Whoa!
While the small toddler sits silently hitting the baking pans, the heavy wooden door directly behind him swings backward entirely unassisted. Seconds later, a green plastic toy car flips completely upside down on the open carpet without any human contact. Most people would assume a simple draft moved the entrance. However, rogue currents cannot simultaneously upend weighted playthings across the room. This aggressive escalation reveals a calculated, invisible presence executing clear poltergeist activity within the household. Jerry instantly lunged forward to shield his oblivious child from the unseen hazard, as a terrifying danger materialized inches away near the infant. Did that miniature vehicle turn over on its own, or was this sequence staged?
Whoa!
A quiet apartment hallway during the late hours of the evening can easily foster an unsettling atmosphere when the entire household should be completely at rest. Tristan decided to capture the corridor layout for a TikTok upload after catching a sudden, unusual echoing sound coming from somewhere around the corner. As the camera moves steadily across the cold tiled floor, neither the young man nor his alert pet could predict that the closed entrance directly ahead is about to deliver a chilling response. Look closely. While Tristan stands inches away from the closed bathroom door, the metallic handle begins to shake violently under an aggressive unseen force. It is easy to blame a structural draft for the initial intrusion until you watch the lever get depressed repeatedly with relentless speed. This furious movement reveals a calculated entity invasion, marking a clear, terrifying intrusion within the residence. The young man immediately steps forward into the room, finding the small tiled space entirely empty. The presence possessed incredible swiftness, vanishing before the lens could record its dark shape. Could that heavy steel bar really have moved on its own? Or was someone pulling it from the inside? A dark, quiet bedroom during the late hours of the evening typically provides a completely ordinary backdrop for a solitary monologue. A lone vlogger stood with his mobile camera running for a new YouTube video, discussing the strange scraping noises he frequently heard outside his glass window after midnight. As he speaks directly to his online audience about these routine residential disturbances, a plastic movie box resting on the nearby wooden shelf is about to alter the entire nature of his nightly conversation.
There are some weird noises coming from my window. The last few days my window's open by itself. I don't know what's the problem, so... Oh my god. My god. Oh my god, what the f***? What the f***? Oh shit!
While the man narrates his history of nightly disturbances, a plastic movie box on the wooden stand slides forward completely unassisted. Most regular people would assume an unlevel shelf caused the initial shift. However, gravity cannot account for a heavy object pausing on the edge before getting violently hurled down onto the floor. This aggressive escalation reveals a calculated, invisible power executing clear poltergeist activity within the dark bedroom space. The entity possessed intense malice, waiting until the frightened speaker openly discussed the haunting on YouTube prior to launching its sudden terrifying attack. Did that media case get thrown by a hidden cord? Or was this entire sequence a genuine supernatural manifestation? A quiet, dimly lit residential hallway during the late hours of a cold night typically provides a completely ordinary backdrop for a peaceful domestic routine. The homeowner had recently positioned a static surveillance camera to monitor his apartment floor layout after noticing unusual minor disturbances inside the adjacent rooms, uploading the clip to TikTok to share his safety setup. As the lens silently faces the dark bathroom entrance, the unmoving domestic space is about to experience a terrifying, unpredictable sequence. Right as the vacant bathroom tiles remain completely unlit, the heavy toilet lid slams hard against the porcelain rim. Immediately following this sudden impact, a faint, obscure shape glides swiftly across the doorway, while a plastic container on the upper shelf is violently launched forward onto the floorboards. Most people would assume structural tremors, however. Building vibrations cannot selectively propel a weighted item horizontally and simultaneously drop a seat cover. This multi-layered kinetic disturbance confirms an intelligent entity executing poltergeist activity inside the residence. The presence possessed undeniable calculation, targeting the property while the unsuspecting TikTok creator was completely vulnerable. Did those ceramic fixtures move on their own, or was it a real ghost? A cramped kitchen during the late hours of the evening can feel remarkably quiet when the rest of the house has gone completely still. A young man decided to capture his kitchen sink area for a YouTube upload after noticing strange irregularities with the water pressure earlier that night. As he holds his camera steady and focuses the lens directly on the metallic faucet handle, he has no idea that the mechanical fixture is about to deliver a chilling reaction. See for yourself.
Yeah, a second ago that this sink was like doing some shit, man. Yeah, I think it's like on now, like whoa. Oh! Let's see if it... I don't even like want to touch it. Okay, that's off. Now I turned it all the way on. And it's just like sitting there. If you can hear me, show me a sign. Yeah, like that ever works. Oh! Alright, that's enough. Dude, no, I'm getting out of here.
Right, as the lens focuses on the cluttered sink, the metallic tap handle twists completely on its own, releasing a continuous stream of water. It is easy to blame faulty plumbing for the sudden flow until you notice the absolute precision of the movement. This kinetic disturbance responds directly when the recorder demands a clear sign, instantly unleashing a violent blast into the basin.
Oh.
The entity possesses undeniable intelligence, waiting until it is openly challenged before showcasing its grip on the fixtures. The young man stood entirely defenseless against a hidden force that was actively listening to his voice. Did that rotating steel valve operate through a clever trick, or was it real?
Show me a sign. Oh.
If you love the thrill of the unknown, subscribe for more spine-chilling content just like this. There's more to see, so let's get back to the clips. A dark suburban home during the late hours of the evening typically provides an unremarkable sanctuary of absolute quiet. Carter decided to record the interior layout for a TikTok upload after noticing minor irregularities inside the living room over the past week. As the young man keeps the camera steady while exploring the unlit corridors of his residence, he has no reason to suspect that the empty rooms are preparing to launch a series of terrifying responsive actions.
Dude, what the Who's there?
While a bare leg rests on the dark couch, the wooden chair slides backward entirely unassisted across the floor. On a subsequent night, a single musical key strikes with immense force inside the pitch-black living room while Carter walks down the hallway. The escalation culminates outdoors as the entire home erupts into violent, rhythmic light flickering from every window. Most people would assume a severe electrical surge caused the strobe effect. However, power failures do not simultaneously manipulate heavy furniture and play instruments. This relentless timeline confirms an aggressive poltergeist haunting actively targeting the property. Could those multiple phenomena be real? Or did he manufacture this complex horror sequence for TikTok?
Who's there?
Tell me your thoughts.
Who's there?
A brightly lit residential bedroom on a warm afternoon provided a completely casual environment for an ordinary social visit between close friends. Two young women sat comfortably together on a mattress, sharing a favorite cold dessert for a TikTok upload, enjoying a routine conversation without any reason to suspect the peaceful space around them. As the individuals remain completely focused on their snacks, the unmoving atmosphere inside the indoor room is about to deliver a highly chilling and unexpected response. See for yourself.
Takut ini. Gimana ini balikinnya? Nggak ada.
While the two women sat eating their ice cream, the heavy wooden wardrobe door behind them slowly swung back. Most people would assume an unlevel hinge caused the initial movement. However, gravity cannot account for the high-pitched electronic laugh that erupts from a toy doll resting inside the dark cabinet shelf. This targeted combination of mechanical motion and audio response indicates a terrifying poltergeist activity within the room. The creator approaches the vacant structure only to get met with an aggressive, chilling giggle that forces them to flee the scene in terror. Did that closed closet shift through a hidden thread, or did a real spirit trigger that doll? A richly decorated home during the quiet morning hours typically offers a peaceful sanctuary from the busy outside world. Jack decided to document the unique collection of vintage items inside his home for a TikTok video, sharing his daily routine with his online followers. While exploring the warm corridors and pacing between rooms with his mobile camera running, he could never have anticipated that the ordinary interior environment was about to deliver a highly chilling mechanical response.
As you can see, it's almost 10 in the morning. I've decided to start filming because I knew something wasn't right in this house this morning. I've got the fire on, as you can see there, and it's warm outside, but the house is freezing. And furthermore, there's constant, I don't know, scratchy type noises coming from the dining room. So I've got it out there, that's the car, on the off chance. If you're making noises in here, make yourself known. Do it now while I've got an actual camera out again. It's driving me absolutely wild, to be honest. Oh, it's cool. Can you do something to make your presence known? Oh. Oh, my TV's gone off. Right, okay. Ooh, there's a bit of an atmosphere, you know, guys. Cat's acting a bit weird as well. What's wrong? You okay? What? Right. Thank you for doing that. Okay. Woo, I'm freaked out. Thank you. What is it you want? Why do you just randomly flare every now and then? The cat is going nuts at the bottom of the stairs. If you've just moved that chair, do something for me again. Can you hear that noise? Sophia, what are you doing? Whoa, what was that? What was that? What was that? What? Jesus.
Right. As the orange cat sits perfectly still at the base of the stairs, the TV monitor abruptly powers down. Jack demands a physical sign from the unseen presence, and the entity immediately responds by sliding a green dining chair backward. While a faulty electrical circuit could explain the dark screen, it cannot account for a heavy wooden seat moving across the floorboards while the pet watches from inches away. The escalation culminates seconds later as a decorative cup gets violently thrown off a side table onto the carpet. This responsive poltergeist activity reveals an intelligent, aggressive force haunting the TikTok creator's household. Did that ornament really drop on its own, or was it staged?
Okay.
A softly lit dining room during a milestone family gathering in the evening typically provides a completely ordinary backdrop for a joyful celebration. Maria Martin was celebrating a special personal occasion surrounded by her closest friends, recording the light-hearted interactions for a casual TikTok upload to share later with her online followers. While the group stands gathered together in the small domestic space to begin their celebration, the unmoving atmosphere is about to deliver a highly unsettling physical response.
Un vídeo con mi amigo en el cumpleaños de una de ellas, en el cual se apagan las velas de manera un poco misteriosa, sin que nadie esté soplando o nadie esté cerca.
Mira, creía que había sido grabado.
Aquí tenéis el vídeo a cámara súper lenta por si alguien ve algo más que nosotros no veamos, que sea más experto sobre la dirección del fuego que puede haber pasado. Realmente ella no estaba soplando y es que en la dirección en la que vemos que viene no había nadie, porque es que el resto estábamos detrás cantándole. O sea, no sé, nos quedamos todos porque...
Right as the party guests finish clapping, the lit birthday candles are instantly extinguished by a targeted, invisible draft. Most people would assume a cracked window caused the strange blowout. However, outdoor currents cannot selectively suppress multiple burning wicks simultaneously without affecting the surrounding decor. This coordinated abrupt movement represents a deliberate kinetic disturbance within the apartment. Maria Martin stands completely stunned by the unexplained event while a voice in the room openly proclaims that a spirit haunts the house. The entity possessed incredible timing, waiting for the peak of the celebration to showcase its presence on TikTok. Did those flames really go out from an unseen breath, or was it staged? A shadowed outdoor driveway during the silent early hours of the morning presents a completely static environment where nothing seems out of place. David set up a security feed to monitor the exterior boundary of his property, uploading the routine tracking layout to TikTok to share his simple home safety setup. As the security system saves the midnight footage of the courtyard, nobody could anticipate that the parked vehicles visible on the pavement are about to engage in a violent mechanical collision. Check this out. While the outdoor courtyard rests under a dark sky, the parked two-wheeled motorcycle suddenly rotates 90 degrees entirely on its kickstand. The steel device spins counterclockwise before falling heavily against the adjacent truck, instantly triggering bright headlights and a blaring security alarm. Although a mechanical cable failure could explain a loose roll, it cannot produce a centered pivot that completely defies basic physics. This aggressive kinetic disturbance unleashes a targeted, forceful burst of energy inside a vacant space. David captured an intense phenomenon that bypassed every physical lock, converting an unmoving residential scene into sudden chaos. Did that vehicle turn over by itself on camera, or was this sequence staged? A quiet, silent asphalt parking lot during the midnight hours of a very dark night provides a completely still and uneventful setting for a large residential building complex. An anonymous property owner uploaded this ordinary surveillance camera feed to Reddit after deciding to constantly monitor the exterior boundaries of the main vehicle lot. Just watch. Right as the overhead security camera monitors the unmoving row of parked sedans, a misty semi-transparent figure drifts fluidly across the dark concrete lane. Most people would assume this is just light dust particles floating near the glass lens. However, scattered airborne debris cannot mimic a humanoid stride or navigate deliberately around these large vehicles. The controlled slow movement reveals a distinct apparition manifesting inside the quiet courtyard. The property owner remains entirely vulnerable to an intelligent entity that haunts the exterior spaces completely undetected by anyone. Did that pale ghostly shape stroll through the residential lot on its own? Or was this surveillance footage cleverly modified through an ingenious illusion? A darkened bedroom during the silent late-night hours offers a completely ordinary setting for testing suspected presence reports. A young man decided to capture the unmoving layout of his sleeping quarters for a TikTok upload, hoping to document any strange occurrences while resting comfortably on his mattress. As he extends his bare hand across the plain fabric bed cover to show his empty fingers, he has no clue that the static furniture along the far wall is about to deliver an immediate physical reply. Watch this.
Here are my hands. Did you see that? Did you f***ing see that? Here are my feet. Not moving. Here are my hands and my feet. Oh shit, hold on. Here's my face. Why'd you do that? Can you do it again? You forgot, you didn't, did you? There's so many things flying across my screen. I feel like it's dust. It's gotta be dust. I'm gonna take a shot. Mom? No. No. No way. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Do you see that? Oh, okay. Can you not do that, please? Yeah, I'm leaving.
While the open fingers are held directly in front of the lens, a dark bottle resting atop the tall wardrobe gets violently thrown backward into the darkness. Days later, a heavy red power tool lying on the carpeted floor begins creeping forward completely unassisted. Most people would assume an unlevel surface caused the initial drop. However, structural tilts cannot explain two totally distinct items moving across separate nights following a direct verbal demand. This aggressive escalation represents an intelligent entity demonstrating a clear understanding of spoken commands. The young man remains entirely exposed to an invisible force tracking his actions. Did those objects glide across the room on their own, or was this sequence staged?
Mom?
A quiet computer workstation during the dark, late hours of the night provides a completely ordinary backdrop for a standard professional routine. Davo sat focusing on a complex digital audio project for a new TikTok upload, tracking the visual waveforms on his dual monitors in the silent apartment. As he monitors the scrolling computer screen, neither the editor nor his sleeping pets could predict that the undisturbed window right beside his desk is about to echo with a terrifying sequence. Let's watch.
Estoy trabajando. Disculpen el reguero. Ahí están mis perritos durmiendo. Son las 5:23 de la mañana. Estoy trabajando. Y de... Cinco veintitrés de la mañana, 5:24 ya, para los que dicen que... Para los que dicen que ocurre nada más a las 3 de la mañana, no. Son las 5 ya de la mañana. Con 24 minutos. Ahí están mis perritos. Están durmiendo. Y lo curioso es... Alexa, luz del cuarto blanco frío.
Muy bien.
Están escuchando. Escuchen. Son susurros. Y no hay nadie, ¿eh? No. Siempre los muestro que no hay nadie para que luego no digan, no, es que eso, qué sé yo, de tus amigos, de tus familiares o lo que sea. No hay absolutamente nadie. Son las 3:43 de la mañana. Y justo... Otra vez. Luego empiezo a sentir adrenalina. Por eso respiro así. Encendí la linterna. No hay nadie. Todo está totalmente cerrado.
While the glowing screens illuminate the silent workspace after midnight, distinct scratching and tapping sounds disrupt the quiet room layout from the window glass. Seconds later, a clear child's voice speaks directly into the darkness, followed immediately by an escalation of multiple aggressive knocks and disembodied whispers gathering right outside his closed bedroom door. While an audio frequency interference could explain a single distorted signal, it cannot account for a multi-layered acoustic sequence responding sequentially while Davo is completely alone inside the property. This terrifying auditory manifestation targets the isolated creator with clear malicious intent. Did those phantom voices echo from a real spirit outside that room, or was this entire sequence a manufactured trick? A brightly lit modern apartment interior, facing a quiet city street, creates a completely peaceful atmosphere during a regular afternoon. The occupant decided to document the clear view through the large glass balcony doors for a TikTok upload, showcasing the simple layout of their outdoor seating area. As the camera focuses steadily on the white plastic furniture resting on the concrete terrace, nobody expected that an undisturbed chair positioned directly outside was about to slide backward without warning. While the camera frames the empty balcony through the thick glass window, a plastic chair drifts backwards with deliberate speed. A logical explanation would be an outdoor breeze, but seasonal wind cannot account for a single lightweight object tracking smoothly over concrete, while surrounding items remain entirely undisturbed. This sudden movement clearly indicates an invisible mass executing a highly calculated energy-based manifestation within that open terrace space. The anonymous recorder stands completely trapped inside the silent room, watching an external territory get claimed by an aggressive presence they can neither see nor confront. Did that patio seat glide back from a hidden drag, or was this sequence a manufactured hoax? From a heavy door moving near an oblivious child to a phantom piano key striking in the dark, or a child's voice appearing suddenly in unexplained footage caught after midnight. These events expose a terrifying hidden world. Subscribe, leave a like if this got under your skin, and go watch the video on your screen. That one might disturb you even more than what you just saw.